in previous session we clearly discussed about why what is a variable and why we need a variable and why variables and data types are crucial for DSA and all. And I successfully introduced the concept of data types and how many data types we have in Java and why we are using data types and what are the types of data types, why string is not called as a primitive data type, and what is the difference between string and remaining primitive data types. Everything was explained very clearly. So in today's class, we are going to discuss about uh, operators in Java. So why we need operators and what is an operator mean? What types of operators we have? We are going to discuss concept in today's class. So okay. So simply, I can tell you why do we need operators. We start from why do we need, and then we'll get into the original actual concept. So okay. So why do we need? I can say simply the topics here is operators in Java. Operators in Java. So the now what I will discuss. So before getting into the concept, first think about and analyze about the one thing. Why do we need operators? What is the use of operators in Java? So think about this first. First think about this. So far we successfully completed what is a variable and how to store data in a variable and what is the syntax to be created and to be followed and what are the data types and to which data type to which kind of data we are going to store. We clearly discussed. Okay. So in today's class we are going to discuss about operators. So why do we need operators? So simply I can tell you, so far we successful, sorry, so far we know about variables and how variables store data, variables store data and data types we have and data types and which data type is defining which kind of data and all which okay no need okay fine okay data types everything is discussed very clearly. So now the actual question is how do we perform operations in Java? So how do we perform operations in Java? So it's a picture clear question. So why do we need operators? Explain clearly. So far we know about only variables and how variables store data and the data types. So okay, fine. But the actual question here is how do we perform operations in Java? So for example, so what are the operations? I can give you some basic examples for the operations. The operations can add add two numbers. Okay, fine. Next, we can also tell compare to values. Okay, this was the operation. Also checking the conditions or check conditions. Simply, I can write check conditions. Or else, next topic we can say is how to update a value. Update the current existing value to the new value. Everything is going to be done. The above operations are there are many operations still, but I just gave you 4 examples. Okay, so the above operations or this can be done using this can be done using operators. This can be done using operators. So okay. So here this can be done using operators. Means without operators, what we can't do. So the main thing without operators, no DSA problem can be solved. I repeat. So or else we can't make DSA possible without operators. So I can tell you without operators, you can't perform the calculations. Without operators, we can't able to satisfy the conditions. Without operators, the no logic is going to be built. And without operators, we can't able to make DSA possible. So to all these things to happen, we are going to know or introduce the concept of operators. So simple. So next. So let me get into the concept now. So what is an operator first? So what is an operator? Simple question. So what is an operator in the sense? An operator is a symbol. An operator is a symbol that performs that performs an operation on one or more operands. One or more operands. Simple. In a sense, operands is nothing but I can say simply values. I can say simply values. What are the operands is nothing but operands are nothing but values, guys. So okay, fine. As of now is very much clear. So what is an operator? An operator is a symbol that performs operation on one or more operands. Operands is nothing but values. Okay. For example, let me give you an example. Okay. How we are going to perform in this examples or example int c is equal to a plus b. So int c is equal to a plus b. Here, what is the operation we are going to perform? We are going to perform addition of two numbers, and the operation we are going to use is here plus. Plus symbol is an operator. A, B are the operands. Operands are nothing but values. For example, let me give you an example of directly. Let me give you an example. Int c is equal to 10 plus 8. 10 plus 20. So 10 is nothing but a value, b is nothing but 20. So 20 are the operands here. Operands are nothing but values, and the plus is the operator we are going to perform. So this is the basic examples. Okay. So next, what are the operators? What is the type of operators we have in Java? So types of operators in Java. Okay. Maybe this can be useful for solving DSA problems. Okay, types of operators in Java. Okay, so we will have like I will cover the operators which will be useful for the DSA. Okay, or which can be required for the DSA problems. Okay, so we'll cover what is required for DSA, right? So let me get into the concept. Let me explain you the first concept: arithmetic operators. Sorry, sorry. Arithmetic operators. Next, second operator is relational operators. Second operator is relational operators. Third one is logical operators. Third one is logical operators, and fourth one is assignment operators. Assignment operators. Let me change the spelling. No issue as of now. Assignment operators, and the fifth one is increment and decrement operators. Increment and decrement operators. So we'll discuss each and everything about these clearly. So let me first discuss with the arithmetic operations. Arithmetic operators. So why we are going to use arithmetic operators? So simple. So it is going to perform some mathematical calculations. You guys all know about this. No need to write about this, I think so. Otherwise, let me write. It will be used to perform some mathematical calculations. Mathematical calculations as well. We are going to use it to perform mathematical calculations. Like operators we have in this is like I can explain plus, minus, multiplication, and division, and we have modulus also. So it can be called as addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, and modulus. So I can say modulus is a very important operator in Java for the data structures and for solving in data structures and algorithms. Why? Because it is going to provide us a reminder where reminder plays a vital role. Okay. See, plus is nothing but addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division and modulus. Modulus is very important, guys. So let me give you an example. I can say simply, like without getting into the IDE. So let me write some things. So int a is equal to, so let me write here itself, int a is equal to 10, b is equal to 20. So I declare two values, initiated like so int a is equal to 10 and b is equal to 10. Oh, a is equal to 10, b is equal to 20. Sorry. Okay. So let me write. or let me perform some operations here itself is not a println. So no need to write, but I'm writing just for your, so to let you know, that's it. A plus B. You're going to get your outputs directly. So to perform calculations is simple. So to perform addition, you are going to use a minus a plus b or minus a into for multiplication into for division divided by for modulo. You are going to use uh, sorry, you are going to use a plus b, a minus b into b. Okay, done. A modulus b. So if you think, okay, we'll see, we'll change the values. No need to use. We'll see. We'll make sure that we'll get a reminder of one at any cost. So we'll change this to three. At this moment, we will get 10 modulus three in the sense we will get reminder of one, I think. Yes, we will write. So for output here, you are going to get your output as 13. You are going to get your output as 7 here, and you are going to get your output as 30. Sorry, 13, I think. So 13. But into, okay, A into B, right? 30. And A module A divided by B, in the sense you can get 3. And A modulo B, you can get 1. So these are the values you are going to get. So previously I told you why modulus, I told you modulus is very, very important. So let me explain you the concept why modulus plays a vital role. So why modulus, I can write the name of here, its name of its real itself, is important for DSC, is important for DSC. So why modulus is important in the sense, modulus gives us reminder, simple guys. Modulus gives reminder. So, uh, so it gives us a reminder. So we'll directly get back. So we'll directly get the value whenever we perform any operation, we'll get the value. But where it is going to use it is going to use it for even odd numbers checking, even odd checking, and we can also find out the divisibility rules or divisibility we can solve divisibility problems as well. Divisibility problems we can solve with these things, or else we can also solve, we can okay, in upcoming sessions we are going to discuss about arrays and everything, hashing, hash maps and everything we are going to discuss. So let me write those kind of problems also. So we can detect the cycles in arrays, detect the cycles in arrays, or else we can also write hashing logic. Okay. So these are the operations we can also get use benefited by use of modulus. So how we are going to check? We are going to get this how your examples in upcoming session will be implemented in upcoming classes. Okay. So next operators are nothing but relational operators. The operation is nothing but relational operators. So what is relational operators? Relational operators are going to use it for to compare the values. To compare the values, we are going to use the relational operators to compare the, or is to compare, use it to compare values. Or you can also write like this. Okay, to compare values, we are going to use relational operators. Okay, so how we are going to compare using which operators we have. So these operators these operators always return a Boolean value. It can be true or false. Okay. These operators always return a Boolean value, whether it is a true or a false. So what are the operators we have? So operators can be operators. Let me write the operators. Operators are Others operators, directly operators. So let me write the operator. We have greater than, we have less than, and let me write the operators. We have greater than or equal to, operators we have less than or equal to, and we have equal to, and we have not equal to. Fine. We have less than or greater than or equal to, less than or equal to, double equal to, like, or not equal to. So what we are going to do, so what are the operations we have? If you are using this kind of, let me give you an example directly. Let me give you an example. So if you take an example of int a is equal to 10, the previous example I'm going to take here, it will be easier to understand. Int a is equal to b 10 and b is equal to 20. So what if I compare here? So without writing system dot println, let me write this out. Sys. So what if you compare this AB is equal to A greater than B? If this is true, you are going to get your output as true, but this is false, right? So going to get output as false. So let me write for the next thing. So A less than, if I write A less than B, A less than B. Obviously, this is the true case. We are going to get true. So let me write the next case. So if A double equal to B, this is not right. So you are not going to get true condition. You are going to get your answer as a false condition. So in this way, we are going to use the relational operators. So by mistake, and some people like some common mistakes, like I can say, some people may do is like without even while solving the DSA problems, the common mistakes I can say, common mistakes I find some when we are a beginner, anyone, any student or any working professionals can also do these mistakes, some little tiny mistakes. So the problem here is like whenever we are comparing like assignments with assignment operator, when we are using assignment operator to check, many of the people forget to use the double equal to. Okay, they will think we are just checking the equal condition. Instead of writing this a double equal to b, they will forget one equal to symbol and they will compare like this. So this assignment comparison is wrong. If a is equal to b is in the sense you are assigning the value of the b to a, but here you are not checking the condition. To check a double equal to b, this is the comparison. This is the assignment. Don't confuse, guys. This is assignment, guys. This is assignment. So this is comparison. Okay. Assignment is nothing but you are assigning the value of 20 to value of A. Is in this way we can assign. But to compare, we need to use A double equal to B. Okay. Simple. So missing this, okay, if in case if you are missing these logics, you are going to get some errors in your while writing your logic. Okay, fine. So next we can say like the next thing we are going to discuss is logical operators. So the next thing I am going to discuss about is the logical operators. Why we have logical operators in the sense we are going to use it to combine the operations or combine the conditions. Use it to combine the conditions. Okay. So what are what is the conditions and what are the logical operators we are going to have is operators are, see, let me write. Operators are operators we are having is and. So we are going to have this in digital logic process. So and we have is or is nothing but or. So we are going to make name as or, and if you are not able to, if you want to check with not operation is an exclamatory mark. So we can name it as not. So what we are going to see, what we are going to do, what is the operation of double end? So and what is the operation of and what is the operation of R and what is the not operation of not? So let me explain you. So first let me explain you about AND operation. First let me explain you about AND operation. So AND operations returns only true. It returns only true if all conditions are true. I repeat, if all conditions are true in the sense, then only you are going to get true. Returns only true if all conditions are true. Okay. So I can tell you what are the conditions you can give me. So for let me tell you and let me give you an example directly here itself. So example are, I can write you some if else condition directly, but in next after this concept we are going to discuss about the control statements. So this for example purpose I'm using if else statement. Okay, if let me take an example of age directly. Age directly. If my age is 20, if my age is 20, age greater than or is equal to 18. Okay, my age is 20, so 20 greater than or equal to 18. One condition is satisfied, and the next condition and age is less than or equal to 60. Age is less than or equal to 60. If I write this condition, this AND operation will flow clearly. If this is the condition, you are going to get true. Because my age is 20, so 18 is 20 is greater than 18. So next 20 is less than 60. You are going to get the satisfaction. So you are going to get output as true. So next, what is OR operator is going to do? It returns if at least one condition is true. What OR operator is going to do? It returns true, returns true if at least one con sorry one condition is true. So what is the condition? It can be do I can give an example. So for example, we'll take with the students' marks example. If marks are greater than 90 or rank is if marks are rank, it can be anything. If my rank is 90 above, I should get, I can say, if my marks are greater than 90 or rank is less than 100, it can be anything, right? So let me write the condition first. Marks greater than 90 or rank less than 100. In this condition, we are going to get any one condition satisfied. My marks can be greater than 90 and my rank is less than 100. So my value is going to be existing between 90 to 100. So it can be anything. So in this condition, if one condition satisfied, if any one condition satisfied, you are going to get as true. Okay. If any one condition satisfied, you will get your output as true. So what's the next condition we have? We have not operation. It what not operation is going to do? Just it reverse the condition. Okay. It reverse the conditions. Okay. Reverse the conditions we have. So what are the conditions we have and what it is going to do? See, if not, if for example, I can tell you example, I can give you is, see, I can directly give you an example is like, okay, is empty is true. If for example, uh, my age is like, let me give you an example. So if int age is equal to 20 for the OR operation, if int marks equal to 94, comma, rank is equal to 95. Or else, for example, I will take less than 100, but I will take 102. Okay. If rank is 102, second condition is failed, but first condition is going to satisfy. So I took 102. So next, what our operation is going to do? It is going to reverse the operation. If is empty is true, if is empty is true, for example, I can give you an example of if not equal to, right? Is empty is true. For example, is empty is true, it is going to false. I can tell you Boolean is empty is equal to or let's say is equal to true. Okay, I have make is empty value is true. If empty value is I want to reverse the condition. If I want to reverse the condition, just use before is empty, just use the not symbol. So it is going to reverse the condition. So if condition is going to execute when is empty is false. Okay, first, fine. So in these operators we are going to use and with their examples and what it is going to do. So the next operator we are going to discuss about is assignment operators. So what is an assignment operators? Use it to assign or update values. We have seen previously. Okay, I have gave you an example of difference between assignment and comparison here itself. So let me give you directly. Use it to update or assign values. Use it to assign or update values. Simple. So in this, with this for this purpose only, we are going to use this assignment operators. What are the operations we have? If we are going to assign using equal to symbol, and if you want to perform arithmetic operation, we can also directly use equal to or equal to or this plus or equal to in the sense it is going to perform addition itself, nothing itself. Okay. So no need to write with if we have any variables, I can write you with the other condition, but no issue. If you want to perform minus subtraction, you can use this symbol. Or if you want to perform multiplication, we can also use this same operations. If you want to perform division operation, we can also use these operations. Okay. So let me give you a basic examples. I think no need to give, but let me. So examples are nothing but let me take an example of int x is equal to 10. Int x is equal to 10, and in which way it is going to help us. So x is equal to plus equal to plus equal to 5. So what it is going to do is nothing but x equal to x plus 5. X equal to x plus 5, and your output is going to be 15 dot. Okay, the same operations can be done using by using the rem operators also. So, but where it is going to use in, I can say you it is going to be used widely. It is going to be used widely in loops or else prefix sums, or else we can also do like counters in the counter problems also we can also use. So okay, these are the things we can directly use. If we can use these operators directly. So no issue as of now. So let me clear. Okay. The next operator we are going to use is increment and decrement operators. So increment and decrement operators will be very much useful in DSA. So increment and decrement operators. So what is meant by increment and decrement operators? Increment and decrement operators are nothing but they are used to be increase our particular values, and we are post increment or pre increment or post decrement or pre decrement. So I'm going to discuss these things and what are the operators we have in increment and decrement. So to increment our value, we are going to use plus plus. To decrease our values, we are going to use minus minus. It can also be, it is going to be called as increment operator. It is going to be called as decrement operator. Okay, fine. So plus plus is going to be called as increment operator and decrement operator. Let's say, for example, let me give you an example. Okay, example int I is equal to 0. Int I is equal to 0. Int I is equal to 0, and it can be if I write I plus plus. If I write I plus plus, now my value for I is equal to I plus plus. So I value is increased. So I is equal to 1. So if I write again, if I write again, I minus minus, then my I value will be I is equal to 1 minus 1. So I value will be become 0. Okay. So let me give you many more examples with this increment and decrement operators. First, let me explain you what is meant by some basic understanding will be very most important in increment and decrement operators. Okay. So we are going to have pre-increment and post-increment and pre-decrement and post-decrement. So we are going to discuss all these types. Okay. We are going to see pre-increment and post-increment, sorry. Post increment. What are the differences between this post increment and pre increment? So let me explain you this concept. Please be focused here. So let me explain you about what's meant by pre increment and post increment. So let me give you an examples. With examples, we can directly discuss this topic. Okay. So let me take an example of. Okay, let me take an example of int a is equal to 5. Okay, int a is equal to 5. Okay, so if I assign int b is equal to a plus plus, if I assign like this, what is going to happen? Int a is equal to 5 and I'm assigning b value as a plus plus. So what it is going to do, it is not going to increase the value and assigning the value. Here the output is going to be here, see here, output is, you are going to get is b value is a plus plus and a is equal to 5. Here first it is going to assign the a value to b, assign the a value to b. So your output will be b is equal to 5. And after assigning a value to b, it is going to increase the a value. So the next a value becoming 6. Okay, guys. So before increasing, before increasing what we are going to do. So it is we are not increasing first. We are increasing after the assembly. So it is called as post increment. So output. So first, before increasing the value, it is going to assign the existing a value to b. After assigning the value, it is incrementing. So b value is equal to 5, a is equal to 6. We'll get this operation. We'll see this with a basic example. Okay. So let me create a class with example 1 or else example, nothing will happen. So let me write a main method public static void main. In the previous class, in the first class itself, I have shown you how to write the main method using shortcut main. If you don't want to write this main method directly like this, you can also use the shortcut called as main and control space. If you are using the math command space, okay, fine. Int a, what is the value I gave you there? A value gave there is int a is equal to 5 and b is equal to a plus plus. So let me write int b is equal to a plus plus. Okay. So let me execute the things with you. A value equal to plus a value is equal to a. Okay. Next, if, and let me write you this thing. B value, okay. B value is equal to. So how to write these things, I'll help you to write, but for understanding purpose only, I'm writing like this. So don't act. I will explain you how to write this line. Okay. In upcoming sessions, I will explain you clearly. Okay. Next, B. And execute this code first and let me see the output. Okay. Int A value will be 6, but B value will be, okay, B value will be 5. B value remains same, but after assigning the A value to B, then it will increase A plus plus. So A is equal to A plus 1. After assigning only, it will increase. Okay. So this is the answer. So what if uh, what if I do like this? Int A is equal to, or else A into A is equal to 5. The same condition I'm going to tell. Into B is equal to plus plus a. Now then what it is going to do? Before assigning the a value to, before assigning the value to b, it is going to increment first. It is going to increment. So b value is going to be 6. What it is going to do? It is going to execute. Before assigning the value, it is incrementing the value. After incrementing, it is going to assign b equal to 6, comma, a equal to 6. So let me show you with the code itself, execution purpose. So let me get into this code and copy this. Okay, no need to write. So plus plus a. So let me execute. So a value equal to 6, b value equal to 6. Clear, guys? So this is the difference between pre-increment and post increment. Pre-increment is nothing but before assigning, we are just what you can say. Wait a second, let me drink some water. Okay, so what we have done is like we have we discussed about pre-increment and post increment. So if int a is equal to 5 and int b is equal to a plus plus, it is going to be called as post increment. It is going to be called as post increment. See, it is going to be called as post increment. Post is nothing but it is first assigning the value to a particular variable and then it is incrementing the value. Pre-increment is nothing but before assigning, first we are doing the incrementation, then we are going to assign the value. Pre is nothing but doing the first doing the thing first. Post is nothing but doing the first, doing the thing at last before completing any work. So I can write here itself post increment and pre-increment. So this can aim for the increment purpose also. If you are writing for post decrement a minus plus, if you want to write for the pre-increment minus minus a, then the same process is going to be executed. So why I just why it is going to be very useful for the upcoming process in the sense I can tell you mostly these operators are going to be used in the loops itself. Post increment and pre increment, these operations are going to be widely used in inside the loops, and it won't complicate initially. Okay, to not over complicating the logic, we are going to use this increment and decrement operators. Okay, fine. So okay, in DSA, mostly used in loops and don't overcomplicate initially. Okay, fine.